Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Get ready for Talking Heads, the show where expert insights meet world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Brought to you by USA Global TV and Radio. Meet our distinguished presenters. From the great state of Texas, longevity expert, award-winning author, publisher, and distinguished Toastmaster, Red O'Loughlin. From London, England, Soul-Heart Awakener, novelist, vocal coach, and artist, Dr. Madalene Chan. Also from England, the Harley Street stress expert, therapist, ambassador for peace, and speaker, Carolyn Heward. And from Australia, ICF PCC credentialed coach, entrepreneur, and leadership coach, Mariska Dupria. Experience their expertise, connect with their wisdom, and transform your perspective. Watch Talking Heads on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. This video and its contents are the property of USA Global TV and Radio. All rights reserved. Terms and conditions apply. Visit usaglobaltv.com for more details.
Hello and a very warm welcome evening. From the UK, my name is Dr. Madalene Chan. Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where I will be hosting my episode on Talking Heads, which is my episode today. And the topic is going to be Age of Silent Times versus Silent Awakenings. We welcome USA Global TV and Radio YouTubers, our Instagram, our Facebook, and hello to TikTok, hello to Twitter, X, USA Global TV and Radio, and of course, E360 TV viewers as well. So I'm broadcasting from the UK. It's currently 5 p.m. in the evening, so either a good evening or a good afternoon or a good morning. So what I'm going to talk about is a topic today called Age of Silent Times versus Silent Awakenings. But before that, I'm going to first clear the energy. Okay, right. For those that already are familiar with the way, I am, there's no script here. I just go natural with the flow. And we need to clear the energy. So wherever we've been, we look at everything as a frame. We've been in, for example, for me, I've been in that frame. Let's say I've been in the garden, I've been gardening and this, and I've been, let's say today I've been arranging a show. Therefore, I've been interacting with phone calls and energies and everything. So I need to now put that to a close and get ready for here, now with the energy. And how we do that is beautiful singing bowl here from the Himalayas in Tibet. Beautiful metal alloys that is made purely for the vibrancy and frequency of alchemizing stagnant energy, neutralizing it. Here is what you call the mallet. We apply the mallet to the singing bowl, and it's got a very bassy sound. So what we're doing, we're just clearing the energy. And generally, 3 should be sufficient enough. And what it does, it gets rid of stagnant energy and brings you to in the present, brings you whole into the present moment. If you're feeling a little bit heavy in the third eye here, and a lot of people are because of what's happening with the energies in this world, then we have here another mallet, and this function is to, it's a higher frequency. And it's going, wow, it's almost space, it's such a high pitch. And if you go like this and go, I'll put it near the microphone. What it's doing is that high frequency is just alchemizing the stagnant energy, neutralizing it so it becomes to a neutral, alchemizing heavy stagnant energy so it becomes neutral, so that it can go back to source to be used in a new shift. In a new shift, in a new energy, because energy, it never dies. It just transforms, alchemizes, and shifts to a new energy, shape, and form. All right. So if you haven't got the singing bowl, then use a crystal, Celestine. Woo, wave it in front, and that cancels the energy. And so does this beauty, the quartz. I have this near my computer because computers carry a lot of toxicity. It makes us feel drained and tired. If you have your clear quartz near your computer, what it does, this beautiful little quartzy, I call him quartzy, takes in that energy, the negative ions from the computer or laptop, so that you are not absorbing it. And that means that you are allowed to, it helps you to stay with your computer or laptop in your electrical gadgets, and then the ions are not going into your energetic, in your energy field, because this beautiful little one, quartzy, the clear quartz, takes it absorbs like a sponge, transmutes and alchemizes it back to neutral, back to the universe, back to the yeah. So we don't have to take that on. That's a good thing to have, actually. Everyone should have that. And if you don't have anything like this, then just clap. Clapping closes down that energy and makes room and space for new energy. So I know I've gone on a little bit much about energy, but it's so required right now. Whew. So for today's topic, we're going to go on to Age of Silent Times versus Silent Awakenings. Now, because the Matrix has its own evolution, its own mission, its own successes, the Matrix has what you call the tree of good and evil. Now, if you look at a tree has its branch, it has the roots, has the body of the tree, and then it has all kinds of branches with smaller branches that branch out. That is similar to what we call the human stem and the brain. So the Matrix is about the tree of good and evil, meaning that where you bring your intention through, whether it's through your thoughts, whether it's through your audible audio speaking, the universe, the law of the universe has to, by law, bring this through as to manifest it, whether it's coming from a good or evil. Now, since we have now gone from the age of Pisces to now the age of Aquarius, the tree of good and evil is closing up, closing its branches. It's time for it to evolve and to be alchemized and to be used in a place where 3D, the matrix, is just beginning. I know it's complex. I'm feeling that complexity of it as well. And this is just, there's no script. It's deep, but stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. Right. So we have different dimensions. Okay. We have 2D, which is the animal kingdom. We have 3D, which is the human kingdom. We have 4D, which is the astral, where we had our dreams and we were able to project dreams. And within that 4D is where spirits at that time who died before their time from an unfortunate accident has remained in the 4D, and people who are especially psychic were able to see these spirits, these lost souls that wanted to go home but felt trapped. So all this was encapsulated into the 3D matrix. So now we have 4D that has arrived on Mother Earth planetary Gaia, and our consciousness now, our higher consciousness, is 5D, which is of love and light. So where before we had 3D being the reality, our higher consciousness at that time was 4D, where we were able, if we were sensitive enough, see these spirits. Now these spirits have moved on. They've moved on. Archangel Michael came in, and awoke them, and they've gone through. So poltergeists and all this, they've gone. It's cleared. But what we have now in the golden age is the 4D with the higher consciousness of 5D and beyond. It depends how far you are on your journey. But all that's required is for us, we're living in a physicality of 4D, where we're making the transition from the tree of good and evil to the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, abundance, co-creation, the tree of no longer evil, because evil has served its purpose. And its purpose was for us to wake up and realize what we are not, rather than what we have to accept. Yeah, it's a bit deep, isn't it, this? So, oh, this is deep. So, the tree of good and evil was supported by the energy of the age of silent times. Things swept under the carpet. Things where people may have disagreed with it, but because the latter agreed to this, they thought, well, you know what, it's better for me to go along with them, because if I go along by myself with my own decisions, my own intuition, I'm going to get myself into trouble. And you know what happens to those people that have their own way of thinking, their own intuition? Well, they're martyred. And I don't need to say anymore. But everything has its evolution, its mission. The most important thing is that we have to realize that we are multidimensional selves. We are the soul is in different parts, fragmentation of different parts. So where we are judging someone that they've done an act, a soulless act, maybe, just maybe, in our previous life, we were that soulless act. We have to come to realize that we are in no position to judge, because we, within our selves, multidimensional selves, have had many lifetimes of many vacations, many experiences. And let me just touch on this. A lot of people that focus on karma and past lives, ancestral, always seem to focus on what they did that was wrong. But for some reason, their inner intuition or their ego won't allow them to explore the beauty, to explore the languages, the experience, embrace the magical presence of that time that you were in. These people that work on karmic past lives, a lot of them, not all of them, majority, focus on, well, you did this and you did this and you were this and you did this and making you feel, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this in my past life. Oh, and it makes you feel, what the heck? What have I been doing? But remember, everything is good and evil. So what was the goodness in your life? So the age of silent awakenings right now, in the golden age, in the Aquarian age, is about us, yes, referring back to our past lives, our multidimensional selves, but picking up the gifts, the languages that we received, that we embraced, that we were at that time masters of. So the golden age is about the silent awakenings. So it's the good part of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So where we normally look at the evil things that we've done in our ancient lives or what we've been, we need to look, everything's about a balance. The perfect, number 8, eternity. Everything's about a balance. So now in the golden age, instead of us just shunning off 3D like this, oh, close it down, we don't want any of it. Boo, we don't want any of it. No, it's not the right way. What we're going to do is cause conflict. That's what's happening presently in this world. Everyone's saying, well, I'm coming away from 3D and I'm 4D, 5D. That's it. Bum, bum, bum. But everything, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So we have to extract the goodness from the 3D and evolve it into 4D, 5D. Oh my goodness. Are you sure? Okay. This is what I'm receiving. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. This is so deep. So deep. I'm confused as well, but it's deep. Right. So let's recap. Age of Silent Times was when we were fully engaged, living in the materialistic survival mode of 3D, which served its purpose, the age of Pisces. However, we are now in the 7th golden age, which is the age of Aquarius. Therefore, it's not about closing down 3D. It's about extracting the goodness from 3D. Not the manipulation, not the power, not the greed, not this. I mean the magic, the composing of a certain beautiful song, the painting, the recipe, the language, the experience, the joy, the happiness, the love. What do we do? Well, we're going to close that off and say, okay, we're going to forget that. No, we haven't to. The whole point of the golden age is about us going back to rediscover the ancient times of all our God-given talents within that embodiment that we were living in those times, even maybe on this planet or other planets, galactic, and remembering and bringing that forward, pay it forward, bring it forward into our lives now. That will help each and every one of us towards the human heart, the soul heart collective consciousness. This is deep. I really apologize. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting anything really, because there's never There's never a script, never, ever a script. And I received the title, could be 24 hours before, it can be 1 hour before. Dr. Jacqueline, the CEO and the mother of the mothership USA Global TV and Radio, she's phenomenal. And she absolutely understands in every way. And, you know, had this been like any mainstream, like media, they'd be like, oh no, it's got to be this and this and this. But the thing is about with the universe and the way you go with flow and movement, okay, on a professional manner, but excellence is brought through, but not planned. Just in that moment, excellence is brought through. So, Age of Silent Times, yes, we leave those silent times. So the silent voices that have suffered are now having the silent awakenings. So the next evolution will be no more silent. So Age of Silent Times to the age versus the Age of Silent Awakenings. So it's the transition. So the Silent Awakenings is the good life from the 3D. It's not all bad. I don't want everyone to think, okay, we just want 3D out of the way. Get it out of the way. We don't want it. It's wrong. We extract the goodness. Like when you're choosing the beautiful grape for that beautiful wine, and you have to squeeze it in a certain way, and you have to give it a lot of attention. You've got to give it a special way, a special oil that you put on your skin. It's got to be pure and refined. That's what we are doing. That's what we're in. We are being purified and refined, ready. And that's why we're in this from the silent times to the silent awakenings, because the silent awakenings is the nudgings within each and every one of us, because we are all at that point where life doesn't seem to make sense anymore as it was, as we knew. Only for those that have chosen to waken up. For those that haven't chosen to waken up, it doesn't matter. They don't know it seems life's just the same. Seems a bit confusing a little bit, like a bit chaotic. But for those people that have not chosen to waken up, it's like, oh, this is the way the world is, da 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 da, blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter. Let it be. Let it be. As John Lennon said, let it be. Let it be. Don't try to control it. Don't judge it, condemn it, gossip on it, blame it. Don't. Most important is stay in your heart space. Listen to your heart. Listen to your inner intuition. If you are not able to understand how to connect to your inner intuition, look around, because the angels are talking to you in synchronicity, in numbers, in colors, in TV, on the advertising billboard, and the song that you're hearing on the radio that keeps on repeating for some reason, wherever you are, that song is repeating. Yes, because there is a hidden message. 3D, look at the music that was created. In fact, you know what? Okay, I'm going to cover that in a different one, because that's a vast subject. Because if you think about it, If we're all saying, let's shun away, let's just, the matrix, it's part of the matrix, la, 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 just shun it away. We're ready for 4D, 5D, boom, we're going galactic. No. Look at the beauty, look at the creativity, look at what songs were created, look at what art was created, look at what innovation was created during the 3D matrix. So really, it's all a balance. And we're not here to judge. We're not here to condemn. We're not here to blame or gossip. We are here to love. We are here to fall in love with a version of ourselves and then apply to the outside world and then attract all you wish in your universe, in your metaverse. And that's where we're at the moment. That's where we're at. It's going to be great. So hop off that crazy train. But if you are on that crazy train, it means you're there for a reason. There's still lessons for you to learn. And remember that when a boat takes off into the sea and goes to the next port, there's always another boat. There's always another boat. There's always the slower boat. There's the fast speed boat. And there's the yacht. But there's always something there that you can hop on, that you can hold on to and be carried in a way to the safe shore. If you think about it in the way that when you're on the journey of awakening, you awaken, you go on the boat, go onto the next island, then suddenly, you know what, you've learned everything on this island. Hey, you know what, there's this boat that's going to take you to the next island. So you go on to the next island. But sometimes, you know what, suddenly there's some storms that carry on and you're hanging on for dear life. And for some reason, you end up being cast off the boat, going into the sea, and then end up being off the trail and for some reason back to the island that you were sailing from. It's okay. It means that there's something that still needs your attention, still needs your nurturing. So it's all magical. Age of silent times versus silent awakenings. And that's what we're at. We're in the silent awakenings, awakening within ourselves. And the only way you can do that with awakening is making sure that you have sacred time to yourself. And the last thing I'm going to say, when you're on the awakening, it is not a together mission. It's a lone mission. It's a lone wolf because you need to hibernate, become a hermit, so you can have close counsel with your inner self, intuition, and close counsel with your angels and guides and God, the Father, Mother, the universe. So it's tough love. It's a tough journey. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. And that's okay. But for those that feel they are chosen, for those not chosen, but those that feel something is missing, something is not aligned properly, then that means that it's your mission to wake up in this present time. You have agreed, your soul, your contract, your soul contract, to wake up And if you're still in that karmic lesson within a relationship, within friends or family, it means there's still something that you have to rise above and meet yourself in a new timeline, in a new way, and not let fear hold you back. Because fear right now is what holds everyone back. But when you become a friend to fear, a friend to your shadows, then the shadow, the fear, and the love and the light have respect of each other and its purpose, its evolution, its reasoning, its awakening. I'm going to leave it there now. My name's Dr. Madalene Chan, and I will see you for next week for another episode of me presenting on Talking Heads. I have no idea what the title's going to be. Absolutely no idea. But I want to wish you all happiness, prosperity, abundance, and most of all, for each and every one of you, for your hearts to open, awaken to your divine purpose, to your divine happiness, to your togetherness, so you can finally start to have that journey of falling in love with yourself, your higher self, your authentic self. And if we all do this, well, not all, because not everyone has agreed, and we have to just accept this. Anyway, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this beautiful wisdom and this space with you all. And stay happy, stay in the moment. And thank you, USA Global TV and radio viewers, E360 TV viewers, and our TikTok viewers and Twitter X viewers. And most of all, I thank so much to our mother, our CEO, the chosen one, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, for being given this beautiful mothership that she has so rightfully birthed and owns and shares with the rest of the world. USA Global TV and radio. Sign up, become part of her, evolve with her, because this is towards the new earth. Bye-bye.
Conveniently located in the Cherry Hill Mall in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Avio Art specializes in custom art and photography printing. From museum-quality canvas prints and stretching to photo restoration, fine art reproduction, and framing with museum-grade glass, every service is completed in-house with exceptional attention to detail. Visit avioart.com or email support@avioart.com. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents The Corner Bookstore, hosted by Red O'Loughlin. Step into a world where every story inspires. These pages come to life through the voices of authors from around the globe. Written by our global community of TV show hosts and best-selling authors, these works span genres, generations, and geographies, united by the power of storytelling. Discover your next favorite book and meet the minds behind the work. Thursdays, only on USA Global TV and Radio. In a world craving connection, one platform dared to dream bigger. USA Global TV and Radio, a beacon for global voices, authentic storytelling, and elevated listening. Led by visionary Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the journey from a spark to a global force is now captured in one inspiring book. Honored with YouTube's Silver Creator Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Discover the evolution, the challenges, the triumphs, and the unstoppable spirit that created a global movement. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang. Creative director Paul Garcia. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Now an Amazon #1 new release in paperback and ebook. Broadcasting Brilliance, the evolution of USA Global TV and Radio, is inspiring readers around the world. Join the movement that's redefining global media one story at a time.
From the magical world of the amazing adventures of Lady Ella comes a heartwarming new journey filled with kindness, courage, and compassion. Lady Ella, the beloved ladybug and listening mentor, is back, and this time she is not alone. Meet her brave and thoughtful brother, Lord Jack. Together, they take flight on their very first kindness adventure. Along the way, they meet 3 new friends in need: a duck feeling discouraged, a mouse struggling to be understood, and a busy little bee who's completely lost. But with the power of elevated listening and simple acts of kindness, Lady Ella and Lord Jack show us how understanding and empathy can make the biggest difference in someone's day. Written by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the listening mentor, this 9th book in the best-selling Lady Ella series teaches children ages 5 to 10 the essential skills of listening, kindness, and etiquette. Now available for pre-order on Amazon. Scan the QR code and order your copy today.
Ever dreamed of hosting your own TV show, sharing your story with a global audience? Now's your chance to shine. At USA Global TV and Radio, we make it easy for you to create, host, and broadcast your very own TV show. Whether you're a storyteller, entrepreneur, or industry expert, we help you bring your vision to life. With our exclusive interview, live streaming, and podcasting training, you'll gain the skills and confidence to captivate your audience. Our global platform ensures your voice is heard worldwide. Join our community of creators who are already making an impact, one show at a time. Step into the spotlight. Host your own TV show on USA Global TV and Radio. Book your discovery call today at usaglobaltv.com. Copyright 2025 USA Global TV and Radio. All rights reserved. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit usaglobaltv.com. Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honored to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbick. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.